Hey everybody, I'm Erin. Welcome to my kitchen. I am baking sourdough bread today. I bake anywhere between 4 and 10 loaves of sourdough bread every week. I got the starter from my neighbor Maria and the recipe from my neighbor Maria as well. So shout out to Maria for this awesome recipe. I have tweaked it just a little bit, so instead of regular salt, I put in sea salt, and I really think it lifts the flavor. And I go a little heavier on the olive oil. So I will put the recipe in the, I don't know what you call it yet because I'm new to this, but in the thing, the description. I'll put the recipe in the description. So basically, the way you start is you have to have a sourdough starter. Now, you can create your own sourdough starter. It takes a little bit of effort. If you asked me what a sourdough starter is, I couldn't tell you because I'm not a professional pastry chef. But what I will say is if you get a generous friend who has gifted you a starter, it's super easy. All you have to do to keep a starter alive is to feed it a cup of flour and a half a cup of water every single day. If you want to take a break from baking, you put your starter covered in the fridge and it'll stay in the fridge, I think, for a couple of months without dying. When you get it out, you want to make sure you feed it every day until it doubles in size, and that means it's ready to bake bread with. So essentially what the recipe is you have your starter. You take a cup of starter, you add to the starter 5 cups of flour, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of sea salt, and 12 ounces of water. And a tablespoon of sugar. The cool thing about a sourdough mix is you can also play around with the kind of mixing you do. You can hand knead it, which would take about 10 to 15 minutes, or you can do it on a KitchenAid or a stand mixer like I have, and it takes only 2 minutes. You can also switch out the handle, so you can do a hook, the bread hook, or you can do like the mixer handle, and you can get totally different results in the consistency. So once you have your bread mixed up, you're gonna leave it in your container covered for 6 to 12 hours. So what I like to do sometimes is mix it in the morning and then bake it at night, or mix it in the morning or mix it at night and then bake it in the morning. I don't have time in the morning, so it's easier to just mix it for me and then bake it later. When you're ready to bake, you're gonna separate the dough into 2 and you're gonna form it into loaves. And then you're gonna set those loaves on a pan to rise for another hour. So I'm at that point right now. And so this is what it's looking like right now. I really shouldn't pick it up and move it around. But I'm gonna sit it here on the pan for up to an hour until it's just gotten, I can tell it's already starting to rise again. So you wanna make sure, not that it has to double in size, but it definitely needs to puff up a little bit. If it's stopped rising, then you know you've gone too far. So what you're gonna do about halfway through that time, about 30 minutes in, you're gonna preheat your oven to 425. And then this is the key to get that nice sourdough crust and look of the sourdough bread. You're gonna slash it 3 times in the top to kind of achieve that sourdough look. And then when you put it in the oven, you're gonna grab a hand of ice cubes and you're gonna put your loaves on the middle rack, and then you're gonna toss the ice cubes into the bottom of the oven and close it up really quick. That steam will create the crust around the bread. It only bakes for 20 to 25 minutes, so it bakes quickly. Hey guys, so that's how you make sourdough bread. The most important thing after you mix is to feed your sourdough starter, and then you can keep making it. There are so many varieties of sourdough. You can do stuffed, you can add fillings, and if you'd like for me to do a video about fillings, go ahead and like and comment below, and I'd love to do a couple of other filled sourdough varieties. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna be posting all sorts of different baking videos, not just bread. So yeah, it's a hobby. I'm not a professional. I'm just a home lady, and I love doing it. So hit me up, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.